All right. So just recording, so make sure to capture anything you say here.
Yeah,
Um
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, so I don't know if you wanted to continue with courage or where were you at today?
First, I want to welcome everybody to Tea with Dr. Hannah. And just returning from Atlanta, Georgia, late last night. Uh, should I say, investing and connecting with family and relatives. That was very powerful. It was a little hot, but it was good down there. Let me know when you're ready, Carl, so we can just go and move with this, sharing with this family and love thing. It's very powerful to connect with people that have you, regardless of whatever's going on. I think like that's a song by Dr. Beckwith, Who Got Your Back? So you got to know who have your back now. Make sure you have everybody's back who's receptive to you. That's important. So it was a great time to connect, reinvest. That's what's happening. So today is I'm still appreciating the sun. About the sun, the sun is one of my most favorite energy sources that I vibrate to because it's always consistent and it's shining with everybody, on everybody, regardless of race. All the isms goes out of the way when it comes to the sun. So powerful to me. Today is like I'm kind of open for some questions right now. That's for telling me to ask a question you might have. Uh, go for it. Anything you want to talk about in regards to courage. Except to say courage is having the ability to acknowledge the fear and transform beyond that. Yes, that's what's going on with that. So you acknowledge the fear. You're not running from it, you transform it, transcend it, beyond it. And I think it's very important to acknowledge that what courage is. There's a force inside of you that say, I'm going forward despite the fear. I'm gonna let it be a catalyst, really, to keep going. Because we know fear is like that acronym for fear. Um, so we had to be very careful to not be saturated, controlled by it. And fear has so many negative things on the body, on the mind. And I'm concerned in regards to fear in my neighborhood, the Black neighborhood, so much fear. What the organ is affect is a kidney. You go anywhere in this country, you see dialysis machine. I say, why so many dialysis machine in the Black community? Okay. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Hannah. And just to be clear, can you say the acronym you're speaking of?
Forever at risk. Forever at risk.
Okay.
You understand? Forever at risk. A risk of toxicity that's neutralizing you, that's stagnating you. You're at risk all the time. And you're at risk of like running from your true self because you're afraid it might affect somebody. It might affect you somebody or something. So it's always a fear of people. And that fear is a very, very toxic thing. I'm concerned about it because of this, what I see in my community. We don't know if we can come home at night. And sometimes people eat when they have fear. Sometimes people do all those things. They smoke, eat, drink. All those things are toxic to your body. And that concerns me about how we can educate, how we can appreciate ourselves to go beyond that fear with courage. The courage to do something that you know going to enhance you, going to enhance your people. Yeah. Fear. It is the energy. Question is how to use that energy. Do you transcend it or you become consumed by it? Courage has the capacity of transcending it and using it. That's why I said courage. Do you have the courage to keep going when you say, well, that's fearful? It's also an interpretation, also is a reality, but you got to keep going. Come back to your balance. You make a conscious choice to live your radiant self or to succumb to a nothingness based on fear, become a puppet based on fear. and fear. This is what I'm going to say about courage and fear. Which one you going to vibrate to? It's like having the ego mind, divine mind. Which one you going to vibrate to? Fear is with the ego mind, divine with courage. Which one? Every day we have a choice. Every day when you get up, what choice you going to make? To live or exist? No one can judge you but you, yourself. But your body will know the difference. Your energy will know the difference because part of you already know inside. Are you following outside or you vibrating to your inside? I like people to think about you are your creator. You are your own creator. What are you creating? Based on your breath, based on your thoughts, your belief, what are you creating? Is it harmonizing and maximizing you or it's like stagnating you? Do the same thing, just go out to your community. What is it doing for you? Your thoughts, your behavior. Is it just for you? Are you destroying you? Are you destroying your community? If you're destroying your community, you're also destroying you. Because whatever you do to you. There's no running and hiding. It still catch you. So whatever you do, come back. It's important to know what are you creating. Courage is a powerful thing to decide which one you're going to do. To break all the sensation of attachment and say, I'm going to live in my own presence, my own oneness, in my own light. Transcend just me, go to my family, my community, back to this galaxy. Or you're young, intertwined, say, well, it's me, my people, that's it. And that doesn't matter what happens to anybody else. That's happened to you. Whatever you say that, it's happened to you. You can't smoke it away. You can't drink it away. You can't sex it away. It's still going to come back and get you, you know. So what are you doing? What choice do you make? Who is it for? How's it doing? What does it stand to? Is it like the sun? Make it a choice. Courage. When you have courage, you have compassion. You have compassion, you have creativity, charisma. Because you find a way to stay in the light. You find a way to be co-creative. Or like being the competition against. There's a big difference between the co-creation to everybody elevation. So just like I beat you. Okay. That is a ever-present thing. You beat me. Did someone beat you? It's just one for one. It's about elevation of everything, you know. But again, as I said, a warrior's claim, the punk blames. So which one are you doing? Are you claiming your freedom? Are you blaming somebody else? I would if someone did something. So what, and the courage is the instance version, the ifness about this, you know. Courage is have the awareness of what is, moving forward to the light. Spot your physical body saying, no, this one. It's about having the courage. Courage, have compassion, creativity, all those things. But also the confidence is in there with the courage. That's what I was, that brief thing I'm saying, you know, in regards to those two things, fear, courage. Acknowledgement of it, you see it moving forward. You make a decision, who's it for? Just you? Okay. Do you look at it and say, I'm co-created within myself to be free and real, and extend out to other people, places, situations that in elevation, or they're just for a few. And that few could be, is it enhance or destroy it? It's a question. You know, we all want to control things, territory, this and that, but can you control yourself? Can you control your thoughts? Can you control your breath, which is the most important thing in this galaxy? Without breath, we don't make it. Can you control? Can you focus it? I see a lot of people can't focus more than 5 seconds, you know. The mind will get flipped to something else. They can't be present in the isness like that. So courage and fear. Sometimes being in fear, you got to, maybe you don't look at yourself, you know. Find anything to not to look at yourself, be present with you. it's good to look out, have a sensation, to know your awareness, whatever that might be. Yeah.
Thanks,
That's
Dr. Hannah. And just to review some of the things we've talked about over the last, several months here. We talked about the desire for one's own liberation, their whole self, uh, and that desire. We started to talk about awareness and awareness of our bodies, and as we become more aware of them, might see some things we don't like. Now, to this conversation, when you see some things you don't like, that might even scare you. It's possible, yeah.
can be scared you make you it'll stagnate you. And that stagnation is a rationalization for your hesitation. That doesn't mean to your limitation. Yeah, that's what it does. And that limitation puts you back in a dull state. Therefore, you become paralyzed. You don't do anything. You become still that robot doing nothing, but going around in a circle. So you're really, really deluding yourself. That hesitation is stagnation. And that leads to eliminating your whole sense of get back to who you really are. Yes. It will have the process, have the desire to go in and realize I'm more than just a body. I'm more than this conscious mind. There's a something beyond that called light, called source. And I'm one with source, one with light. Because this physical body isn't about that. It's about only primal survival, just it. No. And once you got to become aware of that, what's the purpose of each body? And how we're supposed to use that. You got it. You must learn to step back, be your own looker, and look at yourself without judgment. The problem is you judging, people judge, they judge and compare to someone else's reference. Rather than saying, I'm a powerful source within myself, irregardless of the other 8 billion people. No one is like me. I have a unique source here. No one's had my thumbprint. That's it.
Thank you. So degree of difficulty really isn't part of this equation. Doesn't matter if it's easy or hard in your mind. Is that fair?
That is real. It's a matter of your own perception. They don't do studies to prove that. And because people get hypertension, a fear. Some people can go on the top of you see those pictures, and you go to New York, people stand down on the ladder, 100 feet up, on the windows, no pay, no feel, nothing. Some people say, no, I'm not going up there, man. I won't go up there. It's perception. Some people have been in the same stress, the blood pressure doesn't go up. Perception. So that's why it goes back when you're looking at yourself. Whose reference points are you using? Yours or somebody else? As long as somebody measure yourself compared to something externally, someone else, you lose. You're not appreciating you. I got this. I'm gonna maximize me. Do you have the courage to accept your greatness, your thumbprint? Because this society is always about comparison. It's always about competitiveness. It's all about just being that selfishness when it comes back to. They had to compete to something outside, rather compete from purification and make yourself inside. Are you doing your best who you are? Being your best version of you. When that happens, then it becomes a co-creation rather than competitiveness. Because everybody got their best, do your best. Look inside of you. Look inside. You got to be inside to see who you are. Do you accept that, appreciate that, love that, and grateful for that? That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. So back to the fear and judgment piece, especially judgment. What I'm hearing is need to look at ourselves honestly. And would that also include something like discernment? And does discernment, how does that work with judgment? How do you see those things?
Well, discernment, you look at that internally yourself, because that is, do you have the ability to look beyond the form? Do you have the ability to look beyond the form and seeing the different states of it? I can discern. I listen to tone frequencies. I don't listen to people. Are they talking from their mouth? Are they talking from their throat? Are they talking from their heart? We get seduced by how people articulate people are, because we put that out there in the society. They can articulate, but as you get deeper into yourself, you know if that is coming from your heart. My teacher told me, say, son, they are silver tongue artists. They can talk this, but they have no substance to them. And most people get seduced by the articulation rather than the substance inside. I'm teaching people to have your own substance, but you side with yourself. You just saying, are you real? Are you talking BS? You know if you're talking BS. You know if you're talking, when you really in tune to that, you can tell what people are talking. I listen to music, I listen to opera, I listen to some of the great. I know if they're singing from their heart or they talking from their mouth, whatever it is, discern the difference. You understand? It is a big difference. You can distinguish the substance from the superficial. When you really get honest with yourself, you know this is superficial, not substance. One way to use it, as I said before, is necessary, beneficial, necessary for you in that time, in that minute. Discern, is that really best for you? Is it necessary for you to do it now? Or some part of your beastly body wants you to do it, you know it's gonna limits you, imitate you some kind of way, It will hesitate. Know the difference. Know the difference. But being real about saying, do I like this? Yes or no. Is this good for me right now? Yes or no. Answer. Be honest answer. That's why I said honesty, courage are very important in this process. Honesty and courage.
No,
Mhm.
definitely. No, appreciate it.
Mhm.
So to your point, this society, and I'm talking about the United States where I live, it it reminds us to judge and compete.
Yes, that just,
So if I
yes.
notice something inside, kind of, I'm trying to get deeper into this judgment discernment thing because I think sometimes those things get put together as being the same.
No, no.
So if I'm seeing something in myself and I judge it, what's the difference if I discern it?
Well, no. The intent, your intent, are you comparing? Are you comparing? And what's your intent with that? It's showing you be able to know the difference from superficial to substance. And you said, and that judgment kind of say one is better than the other one. I'm talking about one is different, knowing difference. Judgment, I think this better, this bad. This showing what's the difference is. What is the substance of this? So I'm going back to substance to another being superficial and judging people. People get in judge all the time. They judge based upon what? Yeah, it's right there.
That's very helpful.
Yes. So
Okay.
it's just those are very important words to know the difference. And I want people to know that very well, because if you don't, you can get caught up with. We always look and judge. Part of the problem in this country is we live. Connect some women with it. You read that right. This new way of super. What I'm saying to you is part of the racist stuff, the prejudice stuff is based on judgment. Prejudge. Based on what? Who's doing the comparison? Which one is better? Based upon what? By popularity, but who have just dominate this? You have to know that there's a power beyond all of that. You could discern there's something inside of me to transcend that. And if you get off into the judgment, you would think something's better than the other one. Tall is better than short. Light is better than dark. Dark better than light. Better than, better than. Or I use the word different than because we come from source. Different than based on frequency. And I said, what does that mean? They all play a part in this big pulse on this earth plane. What is your part, your true part? Who are you? What are you? And no one is better, they would like to think. They use what? Popularity, money, or what? Those are good things, but also outside superficial thing. So what's the source and substance inside that drives you? It's beyond all of those things. or you judge only by those things. They all are important in their prospective places. But one thing for sure, they never, never, ever replace your inner light, your inner source, and your thumbprint, unless you give it to them. I like people to know there's a source there, and you find yours. Go beyond the comparison. Go beyond the creative your own creativity inside of you, to know who you are, your inner light. You must know.
Appreciate it.
You must know.
And to be clear, everyone, no matter who they are, has that ability. You're saying it's a choice. You're saying it's a choice.
I'm definitely saying a choice. We have our thumbprint, and what it is, do we know how unique and powerful we are internally? We look outside and say, well, that's what the television say. That's what the radio say. That's what music says. Whose music? Is it your music or the external music? We all have internal frequencies. We all have internal sounds that we vibrate to. That's how we know how to tell what some things. And when you get to that, what is your frequency doing for you, your family, your neighborhood, and the whole collective earth? Then you say, well, that's my frequency. The birds sing. They all have a melody out there. Go out, walk through the forest. They just sing their own song. I like it. They're not competing who's this and that, just being. That's why the sun is just be, and just being who and what you are, for your own naturalness, for your own uniqueness, for your own inner power, your own light. We have been bit by the comparison, the sensation, better than, less than. Started by who? An insecure person. And in the security, this person is always going to say, I'm better than, less than, this, that. Based on what? Your particular gift in that second put you in another arena, then you lose out. Because the more you do that, you attract it because you're putting something down rather than picking it up. That's a law of energy. That's not my law. It's a law of energy. Whatever you do to you. You can't rationalize what I'm saying away. It just is. Tell the sun not to shine. Tell the moon not to glow and water not to flow. See if they listen to you. They're going to be what they are, regardless of whatever you think, feel, or think, whatever it is. Even when you build a dam, the water say, okay, eventually I'm going to go back down. You didn't change the nature of me. Water's always going down and in. Sun is always shining. The moon is always glowing. Look outside just last night. It's a beautiful moon. You don't give us nothing about what people thinking about, what they feeling. It just is. So I talk about isness, not ifness. So courage is about dealing with isness. If it wasn't like this, I'd do that. It's not like, it is like this. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let the sensation or fear or your attachment limits you, stagnate you, and put you in a bubble? Or you said, I have my uniqueness, I'm with source, from source, and I can glow. Regardless how dark it seems. Just be you, your powerful uniqueness. See how you collect and do like the sun, like the moon, and like water. So that's what I'm saying. The people in this galaxy from that one source. And I don't think it's just in this country. Everybody, there's a sense of comparison because we need that stimulus to find out which way to bring you back to your source. And I'm talking about choosing to deal with the divine, appreciate the ego mind, but you are not attached to it. It's just it's a tool of stimulation for purification, lead you back to a sense of freedom and balance. The question is, we get attached, we glorified it. You can never glorify it too much. It would have consumed you. Whenever you get into creativity, of sensation or attachment, I don't care what it is. Your articulation, your activity, you give up. How are you dealing with that? Are you dealing with for enhancement or just your glorification? Always bring people up when you're coming up. Always. Never how you can destroy a certain people. This is my time. This is my land. This is that. I said, okay. It's always come because you're dealing with the law of energy. And do you really understand the law of energy? And I believe if people really understood that, things would change. Right now, we're too much off into the reptilian brain, the ego brain, or mind, what I'm talking about. What I'm doing it. So I'm talking about recognize your inner light, having the courage to go beyond the sensation that can limitate you or stimulate you, depending how you're looking at it, and move forward to the freedom. And that freedom, you have a balance. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks. One more question, Dr. Hannah, just so further clarity. And what I heard you say is when you put something down as opposed to pick it up, that can ensnare you in that kind of that stagnation. Is that how you meant it?
I didn't say it could. I said it would. I said, no, no. I didn't say it could. I said it would definitely do that. If your intent with a conscious mind, you conscious that you're doing that, you are definitely putting yourself down for a short-term win. And everybody's teaching to be in a joyful state. I say it appears to be in a joyful state. Happiness can't come with that. Brief sense of excitement and joy might, but not happiness. So some part of you will learn that, hey, you're intentionally kind of stacking up something. And I'm all about that, When you're a true warrior, how can I help? And so what gift you have can be an uplift to the world. When you consciously use it, based in truth to love, it's elevation rather than stagnation. I'm all about the elevation, purification, unification. I'm all about that. So, it doesn't matter how much I refine, be it my own naturalness, be it in the arts or inner martial arts or holistic healing or talking. What's my basis? It must be based on truth, love, honesty, courage, compassion. Because I know those things will continue, bring back to oneness, one love, one breath, one source. And so, what am I doing? How am I enhancing and being real with myself to enhance things people come in my frequency? You come in the sunlight, you feel it. When someone come in cars present, can they feel his love? Or do they feel his competitiveness or anger, whatever it might be, or however you want it to feel. But for me, it's about the sunshine. It's about the oneness. It's about the one breath, the one love. Either way you want to go. It's my conscious choice. I'm consciously purifying that, elevating that. I'm encouraging people out who are listening, who might want to receive something I'm talking about. Either way I'm going to put it. It's kind of be like the sun, I'm going to shine. Some of it, people don't listen. Some people might listen. Some people say, you know what, a little bit too much for me. All of that's okay, but the sun still shines. If you had enough, come inside. When you have enough, you say, I'm full now, because we have more than one digestive system. We have the physical digestive system. You go to a buffet, you eat, you had enough. Can't keep going to get more and more food, you're gonna get sick. It's the same thing with spiritual knowledge. When you had enough, back out. So I had enough to digest now. Without criticizing, I had enough. I'm finna back out. So who's out there listening? I send love to you. I send sunshine love to you. And for you to acknowledge that light in you, unique gift that you have. You have a gift that no one else in this galaxy has. And no one's qualified to judge you. Only you. Only you can create your happiness. People say they love you because you're happy, but they did something for you. No, you did something for them. Well, to me, you can have a joyful time with that person, but happiness is a personal affair of each individual. Like breathing is a personal thing. You have to breathe for yourself. Happiness, you got to create and be it yourself. Can you co-create joyfulness? 100% sure. As long as you know how to be present with yourself and be present with someone else. Most people know how to be present. When they eat it, they think of something else. When they talk, think about something else. When they're having sex, about something else, you know. Are you present within yourself when you're doing those things with somebody else? Present. So learn to be one with yourself. When you're talking to something else, somebody else, you know, be present. And you're present, you're with oneness, harmonization, unification, you know, with that. Yes. That's what I'm going to say to people that listen today. Thank you. I feel you inspiring me to talk what I'm saying here. Whatever's coming out is for the freaks that don't feel it. And I told you before, I listen to opera. When I'm feeling it right now, it's from my throat to tell people the truth. How did I know? Tell them, you are beautiful, you're powerful, you got your own uniqueness, and no one compared to you, except you compare yourself to them. Notice you're walking here with your own self. Should I say God in you, your source in you? I said, then be you. And knowing whatever you do to you. You can't hide it because energy will find you. You might hire some people they don't know how to discern you. But energy always return to the source. What do you feel? What do you believe? What do you think? Become conscious of that. You can't hide from your authentic self. You might hide from the mad law, the legal law. You hide this and do this temporary thing, and you don't have the facts to prove that. Those are very limited things. But in divine, there's no hiding. In energy, there's no hiding. And energy come back and bite people in the butt who have some frequency, who doesn't use it. Someone who's a little bit limited to that, it might take a little longer. And that is they're very deceptive. They feel they got away with something. And in short, the slower the person is emotionally, intellectually, or spiritually, they feel they got away. When you know in the light that you did something, part of you knows that, it comes back to get you a 5-6. Both persons will be God. So whatever you sin, you get. So be what you want. Be what you desire to get back. Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. Like I said about the digestive system, you know. This digest some of the thing I'm talking today. And have your tea, relax, enjoy some of the sun after 3 o'clock. Right now it's 10 o'clock. I tell people who want some good sun, the sun first come out to about 10 o'clock, and after 3 o'clock, the sun go down. So have a beautiful day and smile love into your heart. So the more you smile love into you, the figures come out of you. The more that come out of you, it goes back to the galaxy and people around you. And most important to your own body, your body need a lot of love because we do toxic things to it. The air we breathe out here is toxic. The thought, the thing that we think is toxic sometimes, unless you change it. So love you, like you, be responsible for you, and realize only one you that have a lot of effect on the entire galaxy because you're part of the one source. Thank you.